Welcome, Marks, to the Writers Squared Circle. I'm Scott Black, and what we're going to be doing on this show is talking about upcoming WWE pay-per-views. Pay-per-views? Do we even call them pay-per-views anymore, since they're streaming 90% of the time? Let me give you a little background on me, because why should you care what I say? Well, you shouldn't, really. I'm just another person on the internet. I was a professional wrestling fan for many years before I actually got into wrestling. I actually wrestled for a number of years. Don't worry, you don't have to look up anything. I wasn't very good. But I did do it for a while. But I also did a lot of screenwriting and comedy writing, and where I really struck my strides in wrestling was when I was doing promos or booking. So now that I'm retired, I'm back to being a fan again, so I kind of really want to dive into maybe what the writers could do to build up storylines going into shows and things like that, to really kind of, give a perspective and, do some fun here things on YouTube. So, what show do we have coming up now? Of course, WWE No Mercy is on the calendar, and what a card. It's pretty stacked from a paper point of view, but how did they really go into it coming up to these matches? So let's get on with it. The pre-show, Elias versus Apollo Crews. Now the build-up for this was there wasn't actually any build-up to this. It just seems to be a match that they've just plonked down. Now, Elias has come off a win over Finn Balor, which is kind of good, and then you've got Apollo Crews doing the whole Titus Worldwide thing, which is kind of fun, but there's really been no build-up. I'd really like to see something going into this match, but I'm going to pick Apollo Crews because he seems to be having fun with the whole Titus Worldwide thing, and, why not keep the ball rolling on that one? Next, we got the Demon Finn Balor versus the Eater of Worlds Bray Wyatt. Now, this one feels done. The build-up to this one has been a bit strange, where, obviously Bray doing his whole, look at me, man, you're doing this, man, thing, up against Finn. Finn's doing the whole, I'm such a cool guy, Bullet Club thing, and it's been good, but we already had the blow-off with the Demon coming out and beating Bray quite convincingly. So then to continue the feud, it should have ended with the Demon coming out. So now Finn's going to be normal Finn. We're going to see what he can do against Bray. I'm kind of not that excited for it, which is strange because I really like both guys. But I'm very interested to see what's going to happen. So I'm going to pick Bray on this one just because we're not going to have Demon Balor. So it's going to have to go to the Eater of Worlds. And he really kind of needs a little bit of push in his storyline. Now we've got the big one, eh? Hey, Roman Reigns versus John Cena. I'm excited. The build-up to this one has been kind of once-in-a-lifetime Rock versus Cena rehashed, but not very good. Roman is starting to kind of come into a character, but John Cena's shtick is getting a bit tired to me, and I think you could really do with a bit of freshen up. Not a heel turn, nothing, but just a little bit more off the cuff. I mean, some of the digs that they had at each other were pretty good, but it wasn't really to the standard that I was kind of hoping this match needed to be. It probably needed to get more physical in the build-up to this, but, we'll see what happens. It just seems that Cena kind of comes out with the same lines over and over again. It's like they just say, go find an old script, pull it out, read those lines, because he's like, I've been here for so long. I've been the champ for so long. You can't see me. Everyone's tried to get rid of me. They can't beat me, blah, blah, blah. You're not the next Cena. It seems tired. And then, of course, Roman can't hang with anybody on the mic yet, so it was kind of interesting to see him do actually quite well, but then kind of blow it by just, calling him a female dog. It just seems to be the lowest common denominator. But Cena does not need this win, so I'm going to give it to Roman because I think that he needs this going forward. I know he's already beaten The Undertaker, so if you have Cena beat him, then the Cena beat The Undertaker. It's just kind of a mess on this booking right now. I would have liked to see, like I said, a lot more physical going into this, but we'll see how the match is. I'm quite, positive that they could pull something out that would be actually really kind of amazing. Next is for the Cruiserweight Championship, and we've got Enzo Amore getting a title shot for reasons against the champion Neville. Now, I'm going to give this to Neville, hands down. Enzo seems to be getting punished by being sent down to 205 Live. He's great on the mic, but he's just not that good in the ring. And then we also seen him get destroyed by Braun Strowman this last Monday. So, coming into the show, I think he's looking a bit weak. Neville is as strong as possible, so I don't think that he's going to lose this one. might be shenanigans. Maybe they'll put it on Enzo, but I really doubt it. And if they did, it would be for a cup of coffee and go right back on Neville, where it needs to be. Now we're talking tag teams. The Raw tag team titles on the line with the champions Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, the good part of the Shield, taking on Cesaro and Sheamus, who's been a really good tag team lately. The back and forth that they've had has been really good. The injection of the Hardys into the mix, and then occasionally Gallows and Anderson. The whole nerd thing was pretty good. You know how it set off Ambrose and he attacked him. It was quite good on Monday, but we'll see how it goes. I don't think this is going to be the end of this feud, and I think the build-up's been okay. Nothing really on the line, just the titles. So I see Rollins and Ambrose keeping it for another term and see what happens come Monday. Next up, we're talking the women's division with the Raw women's title up for grabs in a fatal five-way pitting Bayley, Nia Jax, Emma, Sasha Banks, and Alexa Bliss against each other. That's the entire female roster, isn't it? It seems weird unless Asuka makes an appearance. It just seems weird that they just keep getting the same match over and over again. I really think they need to build on the actual roster of women on Raw and SmackDown to an extent, because it just seems like they're just constantly rehashing the same matches over and over and over again. Alexa Bliss coming into this as champion. I kind of see her keeping the belt via shenanigans. I think the build-up's been good. She's a strong champion. They really need to stop passing the belt back and forth, because it's just making the belt look a bit weak. Bayley, coming back from injury, could take the belt, but I'd like to see a one-on-one. I don't think the belt's going to change. I think we're going to have a heel kind of cheat to win out of this fatal five-way. Or they could do a complete surprise and put it on Nia and Emma. Personally, I would love to see it go to Emma. I think she's a strong heel when she's given actual TV time and a bit of push. So maybe this could be the way to go. But I think Alexa Bliss is going to take this one. Now we've got the Intercontinental title match. Jason Jordan taking on The Miz. Now look, I like the whole storyline with Jason Jordan. I think the whole thing with him and Kurt Angle is quite good. Jason Jordan is an amazing athlete. He's so good in the ring. But he's just not there yet when it comes to character. I think he could have used a lot more than just, I need another shot, give me an opportunity, Dad, I need another shot. So I think they really need to do something more with him, and I think this could be the start of something good. The Intercontinental title isn't anything without The Miz at the moment. They took it off him once to give to Dean Ambrose, and it just went right down to the bottom of the card. The Miz makes the Intercontinental title, so I think that kind of build-up could help. If Jordan chases him for a while, maybe Survivor Series or Rumble, that could be something that would be really cool. And, then Jordan can get the payoff, and hopefully he's ready at that time to take the title. But at the moment, I'm giving it to The Miz because I just think that the Intercontinental title lives and breathes on that guy because he, quite frankly, is awesome. Finally, we've got the Universal title match. We've got Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar. So there's a lot of beefy BRs going on here. So Braun has been on a heck of a push. He's kind of gone through everyone. He did kind of lose to Roman a little bit, but he's got the ambulance match. He's had some good showings, been squashing some people. Loved what he did to Enzo on Monday night. Brock is Brock. It feels like this kind of storyline that they've gone into this was very reminiscent of Brock versus Samoa Joe. So it would be very interesting to see how that into goes with Braun. Will he get that Samoa Joe rub of being able to dominate the beast going into the match? I don't see Brock dropping the belt. He hasn't had it very long. He's had one defense since he won it. Maybe two. I can't remember. But there's been so many pay-per-views. So I see Braun losing, but I don't see him taking it clean. I don't see him F5'd going down or tapping out to the Kimura lock or anything like that. He's going to lose it, and it's probably going to become a disqualification, either because Braun loses it and smashes Brock with chairs or stairs or something, or, and this is what I'm hoping, maybe Samoa Joe comes back. I don't know how he is. I don't know if he's been cleared yet, but I think Samoa Joe's got a lot more unfinished business, and for me, the money match is Samoa Joe versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal title. Okay, so that's my picks for who is going to be going over at No Mercy. Now, it wouldn't be any fun if I just picked on who it was and then in the comments you guys could tell me how wrong I am. So I decided to add something different. I went off to the Kayfabe Mountains and I found the one and only Oracle, or as we're calling it, the RKOracle. Oh, Jesus, cold up here. Oh, Oracle. So good to see you. I'm here to get your picks for No Mercy. Could you tell me who you like in the pre-show?
I like Cruise.
Okay, I'll just take that off. How about Finn and Oh, you're just gonna cut me off like that. All right, it's a bit dusty in here. Who do you like in Roman versus Cena?
John Cena.
You're gonna go. Can't. Well, your eyes are closed, so that's probably why you can't see him. What about? Are you going to go for Enzo or Neville for the cruiserweight?
Neville.
Okay. Interesting. Cesaro and
Cesaro.
You're not really invested in that one either, eh? Fair, good enough. Okay. How about the five-way challenge between all the girls? You going for Bailey, Sasha Banks, Nia, Emma, Alexa? Who you got? You're a hugger. That's good to know. Now, how about Intercontinental title? Jason Jordan versus The Miz. Who you got? Who you feeling? What's your mojo saying?
The Miz. He's awesome.
Yeah, okay. And finally, Universal title. Braun, Brock, Beast, Braun, Break, Brock, Present.
Brock Lesnar.
Interesting. You are so wise. You are so floaty and glowy. Thank you very much, RKOracle. Thank you very much. Though, what do you think? What do you think of my picks? What do you think of the RKOracle's picks? Who do you think is going to win at No Mercy? Do you think there's going to be any surprises? Could be something up the sleeves that we're not quite sure what's going to happen. I don't know. Maybe. I'm just going to get a little higher every time I think of something. No. Okay. So leave us in the comments down below. Who do you think is going to win? And if you're what you're looking forward to the most, what you think could definitely have gone with a little bit more build up. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, of course hit the little bell if you want notifications, because you want me pushing in on your day all the time. So we're going to have another No Mercy show coming up after the show. We'll let it stew, we'll tell you the results, and we'll see who won against me versus the RKOracle. It should be a good show. I'm looking forward to it. Any WWE to me is good WWE, and I'm looking forward to hanging out with you every time there's a big show. I've been Scott Black, this has been the Writers Squared Circle, and I will see you after No Mercy.